Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Nozilawati Khalid from Sungai Petani Community College, and today I am pleased to present the study entitled Entrepreneurship of Kedah and Perlis Community College Students: Attitude, Skills, and Environment Shape Desire. These are the content of my presentation. Started with background of the study, next the problem statement, then the literature review, then the framework, followed by methodology and key findings, discussion and implication of the study, and finally the conclusion. Let's take a look at the background of the study. This study is in line with the national aspiration to produce more entrepreneurs among graduates to contribute to academic development and achieve the country's vision towards a progressive and competitive society. Many successful entrepreneurs are not only shaped by business opportunities, but also by their personal attitudes, the skills they acquire, and the environment that support them. For students in community colleges, especially in Kedah and Perlis, these factors play a vital role in whether or not they see entrepreneurship as part of their future. Next, we move to the problem segment. The findings of the study by Chai SL and Royo MAB in 2024 found that entrepreneurship is high, but the number who choose it as a career is only at a moderately high level because it is not enough to express real commitment. So, the scope of the study is to identify factors that influence the desire of higher education students, especially in community college, to venture into business. The relevance of the study here is to understanding the role of attitudes, skills, and environment in shaping entrepreneurial interests. This study can provide guidance to further improve the effectiveness of entrepreneurship programs and create a more conducive ecosystem. The research question here is what extent it influences to students' desire to venture into entrepreneurship. Next, we move to the literature review. From Ajzen 1991 and Genshu 2021, entrepreneurial attitude refers to an individual's tendency towards entrepreneurial activities, and it can be fostered through education and a conducive environment. A study by Abdulrazak et al. In 2025 shows that digital entrepreneurial skill can increase students' confidence in this field. Then next, the supportive environment and implementation of entrepreneurial programs in higher education institutions also play a role in shaping this attitude. From Azwin Darlina et al. In 2021 and Ramli and Saman in 2020. Last, the Njung T et al. In 2024 find that the desire for entrepreneurship depends on the person themselves through their attitude and desire to be independent in the field of entrepreneurship actively. Therefore, the entrepreneurial desire tested in the study includes elements of family support and also educational support. Here is the design for the framework. The framework shows how three main factors, the student attitude, their entrepreneurial skills, and their surrounding environment, interact to shape their desire to engage in entrepreneurship. Next, the methodology. In this study, we apply a quantitative search method using a questionnaire as the main instrument of data collection. The design was cross-sectional, which means that data were collected at one specific point in time. The study was carried out at all community colleges in Kedah, which are 8 in total, as well as the community college in Perlis. This ensured that the findings represent a broad view of students across both states. The data collected were then analyzed using the SPSS version 21, both descriptive analysis to summarize the data and inferential analysis to test the relationship between variables were conducted. Before the actual study, the questionnaire went through the content validity process to make sure that the item measured what they were supposed to measure. A pilot test was also conducted and the result showed a Chromebook alpha value of 0.974, which indicates an extremely high level of reliability. In other words, the instrument used to collect data was both valid and reliable. Now, let's move on the let's move on to the findings of the study. The analysis revealed all three factors showed significant positive relationship with entrepreneurial desire. First, the environment recorded the highest correlation value of 0.744. This means that the more conducive and supportive the environment is, whether in terms of institutional support, facilities, mentorship, or even an atmosphere that encourages creativity and innovation, the higher the student desire to become entrepreneurs. In other words, students are more likely to pursue entrepreneurship when their surroundings provide opportunities and encouragement. Second, we found that attitude showed a moderate positive correlation of 0.636. This tells us that students who have a positive mindset and values toward entrepreneurship, such as seeing it as a rewarding, exciting, or worthwhile, are more likely to want to become entrepreneurs themselves. Simply put, a positive attitude builds motivations. Third, entrepreneurial skill also showed a moderate positive correlation of 0.6959. This indicates that the more students are equipped with practical skills like leadership, communication, financial management, and problem solving, the more they are inclined to engage in entrepreneurship. Skills give them the confidence to take action. Importantly, all three of these relationships were found to be statistically significant with a p-value of 0. This means the results are not due to chance, they are reliable and meaningful at the 0.01 significance level. Overall, the findings shows that all variables have positive and statistically significant relationship at the 0.01 level. This means the relationship were found a strong and not due to chance. The strongest correlation was between environment and entrepreneurial desire with a value of correlation 0.744. This indicates that when students are in supportive environment, their desire to become entrepreneurs increases significantly. The next strongest relationship was between environment and skills, with R equals to cos 0.732, followed by environment and attitude, R equal to 0.678. This shows that the environment does not only influence desire directly, but it also plays a role in shaping students' skills and attitude. There was also a notable correlation between attitude and skill, which suggests that students with a positive entrepreneurial mindset tend to develop stronger skill. In terms of the direct relationship with entrepreneurial desire, skills had moderate positive correlation. Attitude also showed a moderate positive correlation. So, to summarize, all three factors, environment, attitude, and skills, are important in shaping entrepreneurial desire. However, the environment emerged as the most influential factor, both directly and indirectly, because it is strongly linked not only to entrepreneurial desire, but also the student skills and attitude. Next, the discussion. First, the result of this study shows that the entrepreneurial environment has a more dominant influence on students' aspiration compared to attitude and skills. The finding is different from the result of previous studies, such as those by Muhammad Rizal Jufrizan et al. In 2020 and Sheikh Muhammad Zaid et al. In 2019, which emphasize that individual attitude are the main predictors of entrepreneurial intention. One possible explanation for this difference is the context of community college students in Kedah and Perlis. Many of these students may rely heavily on institutional support, guidance, and opportunities provided by their college and surrounding communities. In such settings, the environment plays a crucial role in building their confidence and shaping their aspirations. Therefore, while attitudes remain important, this study suggests that without a strong and supportive environment, students may not fully develop their entrepreneurial intention. Even if they have a positive mindset, this highlights the need for colleges and policymakers to strengthen the entrepreneurial ecosystem to nurture student interest more effectively. This study, for the conclusion, this study demonstrates that the relationship between attitude, skill, and environment with entrepreneurial desire are all significant and positive. In other words, students who have a positive mindset, strong entrepreneurial skill, and who are surrounded by a supportive environment are more likely to show interest in becoming entrepreneurs. Indirectly, this also supports the government aspiration to encourage more students to venture into business in line with national goals of fostering innovation, creating jobs, and strengthening the economy. That's all from me. Thank you so much.